This is the American Express Gold. And unfortunately, the majority of people that I talk to use this card completely wrong. You might think it's as simple as swipe the card, pay the bill, use the points, and move on. But if that's all you do, you're potentially leaving hundreds to potentially tens of thousands of dollars on the table. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over for you the top 9 mistakes that people are making when it comes to using the American Express Gold, and how instead you can flip those mistakes into wins and potentially put hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in savings back into your pocket. Mistake number 1. You're using the Uber credit wrong. Now, it might seem simple, $120 Uber credit, $10 a month. However, did you know that you can actually have multiple American Express cards onto one Uber profile? And it's not just your American Express cards, it's really anyone's American Express cards. So for Viv and I, we have all of our American Express card credits loaded onto her Uber profile. And so every single month, I think we get anywhere from like $40 to $50 a month in just Uber, whether it's Uber Cash or Uber Ride. Way more useful than say $10 here, $15 there. So make sure if you have multiple people in the same household, load those AMEX credits onto one profile to get more value. Mistake number 2, you only found a public sign-up bonus when you got the American Express Gold that gave you just a lowly 60,000 points after spending $6,000 in 6 months. Instead, what you should have done is look for a working non-public offer that's giving people an all-time high as 100,000 points for the same $6,000 to spend within the first 6 months. And the reason this is really important is because with American Express, you're only eligible for one bonus in your entire lifetime. So once you've gotten it, can't get another one. Whereas for some of the other credit cards in the marketplace, you can get a bonus, you can wait anywhere from 24 to 48 months, and then you can get another bonus. Now, if you do want a link to that non-public offer, if you want to send it to a friend that hasn't gotten it yet, I do have a working link in the description box down below. Feel free to check it out. Mistake number 3, and this is the one that really gets me, and I really hope people can correct this. They don't use transfer partners. This one is a bit more nuanced, but follow with me. A lot of people, when they go ahead and get a credit card and they get the points, they think, great, I got points and I wanna pay for things with my points. And so when they go and book travel on amextravel.com, they see an option where instead of paying cash, they can use their points and they think, hey, that's a win. However, by doing that, you are literally just throwing money away. And here's what I mean by that. Let's say you wanted to take a flight from Boston to Paris and you wanted to fly in Air France business class, which incredible product. I actually had the pleasure of being able to fly it just recently. And so you go to the Air France website and you see that the cost would be about 60,000 miles and $200 in taxes and fees. Okay, now let's pull up American Express Travel and we search for the exact same flight, and the cash value of this business class flight is a little over $3,700. All right, but you see what it says right above that? You can, instead of paying $3,700, you could use 373,000 American Express points. But wait, didn't it just cost 60,000 miles on Air France? It did. And so if you just took 60,000 American Express membership reward points, transferred it to Air France, you could book it for $60,000 and $200 in taxes and fees, or you could just dish out over 370,000. Folks, please, 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 please learn how to use transfer partners. They are gonna just be able to give you so much more value from your miles, because it's daylight robbery that they even offer this as an option to people. Mistake number 4, sleeping on American Express offers. This is one that I personally do find annoying because you have to go in and there's no easy way to sort or search. However, this has saved my skin a couple times. In fact, last year there was 2 offers where if I spent $50 at Best Buy, they would just give me a $50 statement credit. That's $100 I just got to go shop at Best Buy. Incredible. So don't sleep on these. Go in there, check them out. Number 5. You redeem your points for cash back. In the world of the points and miles space, it's okay if you need cash back. However, in the world of American Express points and miles, do not ever take it as cash back because it's only worth 60% of the value. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say you had a Chase credit card, Chase Freedom, and you wanted to redeem for cash back. Well, if you were to do that, your 1,000 points from Chase would be equal to about $10 in cash back. On the American Express side, with the American Express membership reward points, especially the gold, if you had 1,000 points, that would only be worth $6. Do not redeem for cash back with the American Express Gold or the Platinum for that matter. Mistake number 6, Sleeping on purchase protection. This right here is one of my all-time favorite features of the American Express Gold. So what purchase protection is, it's basically insurance for your product. So you purchase an item, and within 90 days, if that item is damaged, stolen, or lost, you can file a claim for up to $10,000 per item, and I think within a 12-month rolling cycle, it's a max of $50,000 of claims total you can file. So you're probably wondering why I even think that's important. I don't know if you caught that, but lost. That's right, if you purchase an item and you lost it, you can go and file a claim. That's insane. So that literally is my favorite example. You go, you buy some AirPods, and you're out on a run, and suddenly you trip and fall or something, and the AirPods fall into a storm gutter or wherever, they're lost. There is no other service that I can think of on the plan that's gonna say, oh, you lost something, here's your money back. But with American Express, you can go and file a claim and just say, hey, I bought the AirPods, within 90 days, I lost them, I'm filing a claim, and they, in my experience, pretty much automatic, all right, here you go, no questions asked, credited back. Of course, it might vary based on what you lost, how much is it, how frequently, but for the most part, I've never had any issues in terms of how quickly they respond, and also in how they address my issue, which is, yeah, we resolve it, credit back, moving on. So how I use this purchase protection is anything that's high value, small item, easy to lose, I make sure I put down my American Express Gold. Mistake number 7, not using the Dunkin credit. We get an $84 a year Dunkin credit. I know it's more applicable for folks in the Northeast, but I'm from the Northeast, so call me selfish. A lot of people think, okay, every single month I gotta go to Dunkin, I gotta use the credit. Well, instead, you can actually just use your card to load a Dunkin gift card so that you stack it up so you're not having to go and buy coffee if you don't want coffee every single month. Though I think, honestly, pretty easy, especially if you're in the Northeast, to stop by Dunkin, grab a nice coffee, and use the credit. But even still, if you don't want to do that, you can load it into a gift card and then you can make a big purchase later on. Mistake number 8. This is not exclusive to American Express Gold, though it definitely would benefit the American Express Gold cardholder a lot more, and that is going out to group dinners and not putting your card down. This one really gets me. I see this meme all over the internet, right? And the meme is basically, oh no, the bill is coming, you're in a big group, look away, you don't want to pay for it. And I'm thinking, what kind of shitty friends do these people have that they can't just put down their card and just Venmo everyone and get paid back? Because in my 30 plus years of existence, I've never gone out with a group of people where I thought, oh my gosh, like if I pay for it, no one's gonna pay me back. No, it's automatic. Like, in fact, people almost fight for the bill because it's so much money that's being spent that obviously you're gonna recoup, because guess what? It's not like you bought dinner for everyone else bought dinner, you're just doing the service of, hey, I'll put my card down and then I'll separately separate out all the Venmo charges. That one just, whenever I see that meme, it just gets my goat, because you're literally just telling people to leave points on the table because what? They have shitty friends who can't pay them back? I don't know. Maybe that is the situation, I'm misreading it, but for the American Express Gold, because you get the 4X on the dining, throw down your card and Venmo charge people to a T. In fact, I have one friend who just tracks it on an Excel sheet to the penny and cent, because again, on Venmo, you can just send out charges to the penny and cent. It's honestly one of the fastest ways that I rack up miles, both in terms of just spend and also for sign-up bonuses. You go out, big group dinners, big group trips, throw down your card, and then get Venmo charged from everyone else. Mistake number 9, and this is very, very common. You get one credit card or 2 credit cards, and that's it. Instead, folks, you should be really thinking about how you're optimizing your spend, and within the American Express ecosystem, do not overlook what's called the American Express trifecta, which are 3 cards from American Express that complement one another to capture as much of your spend as possible to help you earn as many points as possible, so then you can then use those points for valuable travel redemptions. In the American Express trifecta is specifically made up of 1, the American Express Gold, the American Express Platinum, and the American Express Blue Business Plus. And once you have the American Express trifecta, here's how it would capture your spend. The American Express Platinum would capture all of the travel spend, specifically those flights and hotels. The Gold is going to capture all your eating spend. So you got the groceries, you got the dining out, and then the Blue Business Plus is going to be the 2X on everything else. However, there's a couple things I want to call out with the trifecta. 1, if you want to get the American Express Platinum, get the Gold first and then get the Platinum. Because if you go ahead and just get the Platinum off rip, you're gonna be ineligible for a Gold bonus. But if you get the Gold first, you'll get the Gold bonus, and then you get a Platinum and get the Platinum bonus. Very important. The second thing is, with the Blue Business Plus, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, I don't have a business. Trust me, folks, you don't need like a business with a corporation and an address and all that. You just need a business in that you have something that you're starting with the intention of generating profit. For me, when I started and got my very first business card ever from Chase, I had $3,000 of projected revenue, as at that point I was doing travel consulting. I mean, wink, wink, nod, nod, you get it. And trust me when I say kind of the secret to the entire points and miles game is getting business credit cards, unlocking a lot more sign-up bonuses and a lot more value. So don't be afraid, and when you go ahead and apply for a business credit card, you can just use your social security number as the EIN, which is the employment identification number, I believe. You don't have to go and set up an LLC or do any of that. You could if you wanted to, but I honestly wouldn't. And if you really want a separate number from your SSN, you can just go apply for a free EIN. And that basically acts as a proxy to your social, but you're still gonna have to use your social. Hopefully that made sense. All right, folks, that was the video. Hope you guys had a good one. This was an incredible video, a little bit different. And let me know in the comment section down below, what other mistakes do you think people are making? And if you're interested in the American Express Gold and you're looking for that all-time high offer going as high as 100,000 points, I do have a working affiliate link in the description box down there as well. All right, catch you on the next one. Peace.